I'm going to start taking apart this dashboard. And in case any of you are worried about this thing falling down on me, I've got 3-ton jack stand under there, and then I have this jack on the other side. And when I shake this thing, it's solid. It's more solid than it is when it's on the ground. There she is. Now, this light switch is just one of those things that feels just really bad to use. So I'm gonna see if I can clean out those connections, and also the key feels just super mushy. So I'm gonna clean those connections out and see what else I can do in here. So I just ended up taking the key mechanism apart. As you can see, it's pretty obvious why it was gummy. The terminals themselves aren't that bad, and well, my thumb is kind of bad, but they do have some really gross, grimy grease all over them, and that's not good for business. So I'm gonna give all these parts a clean. You can see this is the plastic mechanism that contacts the plate, and it's also just gross. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this out and pack it with a little bit of fresh grease and some dielectric grease on the contact terminals. Nope, absolutely not. Nope, this is completely wrong. The spring is supposed to go on the other side of the contact plate, between the plate and the black plastic piece. Do not do what I did. This is stupid. It drove me insane. Do not do that. Contact plates are all cleaned up too, so yeah, I'm gonna stick her on. Well, there's only so much I could do. It clicks really well, but when you start it, it doesn't spring back all the way, and I think that's just the spring being worn out, and it's just kind of gooey feeling because it's so old. Already loose. Bet they're all loose.
Oh, Walter, you're going to dent the bodywork.
I know. There's a couple of reasons why I'm not concerned about that, and one of the reasons is because pretty much this entire body needs to be replaced, and it will be replaced at some point. And second of all, the wrench isn't even hitting the body hard enough to do anything, and it's mostly hitting on spots that are already covered in rust, and so it's not like I'm damaging the paint or anything. Guess it's now a great time to use my SAE certified prying tool.
OSHA certified prying tool.
I think I got her. Oh yeah. Come on, big guy. That's a pretty good amount of sludge. Well, as much as I'd love to see what's under this head, my phone is tired, I'm tired, parts are tired. I think I'm just gonna call it a night and pick it up tomorrow. All right, we're back at it. It's the next day. I'm gonna try to get this head off, this singular head off. That's my goal for the end of the day.
Turn that. You could turn that. You could get some pliers in there. You get pliers in there. Turn that with some pliers. You get some pliers in there.
Welcome back to the channel. Yet another use of torque wrench as a breaker bar. I have to remove the battery for that one. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, little stinker. It slipped. Oh my gosh. This head bolt, man. I love you. Just love it if you'd come loose too. I think that's it. think we got her, boys. Oh yeah. Oh, we got her. This little fella under the exhaust manifold. We gotta get to him. And it's getting kind of serious. I had to take the battery pan out, and man, that thing is a struggle. It seems like Jeep put a nut on the backside of every single bolt if they could, even if they didn't have to. It's so annoying. All right, this is exactly an instance of what I'm talking about. All right, looks like this is threaded into the firewall, just like that, right there, right? No, it actually comes around the back on a nut. And bending these tabs out of the way was not easy. Just for quick reference, there. And that fella. And I don't know what these are for. Odd. All of these head bolts are 5/8 as well. Time to behead the old girl. Is there anything else I'm missing? Do I have to take out those valley plate bolts? I think I do. I think I have to take off the intake. And I didn't think there was any coolant in this because when I opened the radiator cap a while ago, yeah, it's not exactly what you want to see. So it's nice to see that there's still some in the system. It's not just water or sludge everywhere. First rule about changing coolant, you can't change coolant without getting it everywhere. Oh, it's not ½ inch. Why? Why, Jeep? Who approved that? Like, who? The engineers. That's who it was. It was the engineers. They're out to get us. I just want to show the boys the coolant. Oh, I'll just wait. That's fine. Kidding. I have no patience for this Jeep. What'd I tell you guys? Sheesh. After a long amount of sobbing, I am going to try this again. It's a Jeep thing. It's a Jeep thing, baby. Cause you know when you got a Jeep, it's a Jeep thing. Ah! See, I told you, it's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand. You just wouldn't. You wouldn't, cause that would be not cool. That would be not cool if you understood it. Unless you were a Jeep guy. Cause it's a Jeep thing. I'm losing my mind. This is insane.
Guess what, kiddos? We got more blubber nuts. See you later, Stinky.
Alright, so I did a lot more stuff off camera. I took off a lot more hose, if you know what I mean. And then I actually disconnected the carburetor from the throttle and the choke. And the main reason I haven't been filming a lot of this is because when you have a phone case that does this every time you drop it and no tripod to put your phone on, it really sucks trying to film. So hopefully I can actually invest in a real camera and a tripod and just stop being a little baby for you guys. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna try to get everything else disconnected so I can get the rest of this intake manifold off. Girlfriend ends in in, friend ends in in, boyfriend ends in. Only 1966 Jeep Kaiser does not end in end. Please, Lord. I like to see, that's what I like to see. We just got movement, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I don't have any place to set this. That has got to be one of the most satisfying things I have done in my life. That's awesome. This head should be light work. Come on, let's go, let's go. Morgie, use hammer. Ah, I think it's moving. Oh, boy. The one thing that I've learned about like working on motorcycles and cars over time is that everything seems really complicated at a certain point. You get to a certain point of progress, it's almost like you get an achievement unlocked, like in a video game. It's a really great analogy for someone who doesn't play video games. Like after you get something done, number one, that sense of accomplishment is just, I finally did what I wanted to do. And that entire process that you took to do all of that, you remember in your head, and you remember all of those things that you did. And what at first seemed really complicated is not so complicated anymore. And with this Jeep, I thought it would be simple like the motorcycle, but the motorcycle is simple in a different way. It's only got 5 different sizes of bolts on them, and they're all in very similar locations. With this Jeep, I'm working with standard, and I'm a lot more used to working with metric, and so I have to deal with that all the time. Different sizes everywhere that I'm not used to seeing because I'm used to seeing metric sizes. And there's so much stuff that's not plug and play like on the Yamaha. The Yamaha, everything is just bullet connectors, and with this, there's so many places because there's so many like different modifications on this and so many different ways that things have been tailed into, and just because it's freaking out of here. No. You know, because it's earlier technology, it's a completely different time in development, and so just the way things are built, just different, and it takes more time to get used to as compared to the motorcycle. The more I get into this, the more things just are starting to make sense. My phone is hungry and tired. I think it is time to wrap this video up, so thank you everyone for watching. If you want to follow the rest of this journey, please subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.